to go Inspire, you only
Alright guys, tonton dapat perlawanan penentuan siapa yang bakal maju ke playoff langsung kita saksikan perlawanan antara Onic Indonesia menentang dengan tim Tlph tuan gila dong kawan.
Mancing-mancing terah apa iya dok. Amon yang kedua guys hanya di Onic ID.
Game number 3, it's Liquid and Onic.
We're at the climax point of the match of the day, ladies and gentlemen, here at MSC 2025 at the Esports World Cup. The GOAT brought us to a Game 3. Can he bring his team to the knockout stages, or will Onic be able to prevail here? One last time, welcome to the Land of Dawn for the final game of the series of the match of the day, the classic fated matchup of Onic versus TL.
It has been such a roller coaster ride for the entire series, and I bet we're all looking forward to see how it ends here and who gets to qualify.
Kalau damage comparison, Onic aku. Sebab in term of dia punya goal line pun, Irrital ni menang ke lawan 1-1 ni.
Coming in from Keyboy, but you see the idea again, you see the intention, it makes sense up against Team Liquid, who again, we've previously mentioned in the draft, clearly want to play around Oheb on this 1-1, and as you can see, he definitely has no other way to go than Inspire, so hopefully he gets to keep himself safe, because for sure the aim on in the later portions of the game is going to be a huge problem, but in as early as now, actually, I think the bigger problems are the laning matchups.
Yeah, Esmeralda just dominating the Lapu-Lapu. Tlph up against Sanford. He's got to be careful, man, because Turtle 1 will be super important for both these compositions. Yeah. If Onic were able to come back with this composition in Game 1, what can they do with a lead?
It's gonna be very tight for Sanford to get out, or to try and get out of his lane. Because again, the first few objectives are going to matter a lot. That's a pull yourself together for Oheb, by the way, on the 1-1. So we're seeing the need for the Inspire to be available often for him. It's clearly an escape mechanism, but also a way for him to survive, because you amplify your lifesteal once you get hold of your Inspire. This is going to be an immediate burst on the Turtle for Liquid. So Onic ID, maybe they feel like they don't need to do much just yet. It's a clear advantage for them lineup-wise anyway. And
Onic second pick main counter hero ni.
Yep. There's no real reason to, you know, force out neutral objectives when you can't, and when you're in a position where you're not strong enough. This is the thing about the Akai roam. You are very good, I think, Turtle 2 onwards. Turtle 1, pretty mid, pretty bad actually. Because without the ultimate, you're useless, straight up on the Akai. You need that ultimate, especially up against a Valentino who can just steal it away once he gets level 4 for Turtle 1.
Yeah, I think the only thing I personally do like about the Akai in the early stages of the Game 2 is the amount of damage he can actually bring out against anyone who he sees on the map. But from Team Liquid, I feel like they just are very cautious about where they position themselves at this point. It's very important for them to get through the laning stage, because they're clearly playing at a disadvantage. You see how Sanford is clearly being dominated here by Tlph even. It's great to see that he's actually keeping up in terms of EXP. He got to level 6 first even, up against Tlph on the Esmeralda, but no action happening just yet.
Sanji memang damage agak banyak. Flicker, oh flicker pada Sanji.
Okay.
Kalau Cha tak ban keyboard ni dah hebat. Ini deny CC. Dah ambil Akai.
Keyboy able to escape. Flicker for Flicker, but it will be faster for Sans. Pull yourself together, so that needs to be
second game
point that we have to remember in the next fight.
Yeah, no heavy spins.
Match kedua,
from
game ketiga.
So that's something we're also looking forward to see in the coming matches. But again, the next hurdle is gonna spawn here down the bottom. Kyrie still taking his orange buff, and Tlph seems like he just wants to take it all for himself all over again. Onic are already nearby, but Sanford and Sanji,
heavy spin. Oh, aduh, Savero kena lock. San mati juga. Turtle dia dapatkan.
Tlph gets the turtle.
A disaster for Onic. Tlph gets away with falling Star Moon. They lose out Turtle 2. Liquid are pushing with their lead now, 2-0. No kill on Oheb just yet, but yeah, crazy pick from Sanji. Knows that Severo doesn't have Purify. Could have been greedy on his part, but he kind of needs it too. He needs that mobility up against this kind of composition that wants to dive on him.
Yeah,
But Onic will just play slow.
that was such a great call.
Amazing call.
He literally used the heavy spin in that spot, which denied Onic of whatever the intentions they had of wanting to contest for that objective. And this is a pretty interesting take to, or in terms of our expectations, looking at the draft, because Team Liquid, after those two objectives, even without a massive team fight breaking out just yet in this game, they've already established and secured the lead for themselves.
JP walked up.
Tengok ESP tu guys.
Yeah.
Sebelum pergi lane lah, yang penting mid dulu baru pergi lane dia guys.
They know that they are very strong around team fights when it comes to neutral objectives, just because they also have the Akai ult, right?
Yeah.
It's not just Kiboy who has the Akai ult, and Sanji knows that that is the more important ult to take over the Feather Airstrike. And man, even without the Feather Airstrike, almost got a solo on Sans.
Our mid laners are very aggressive in this game.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like they see no one else but themselves. Brave Spider
Tlph?
coming in from Sanford might actually get to
45?
take down Tlph through the help of
Tlph down.
Sanji 2 nearby if ever they needed help, but they didn't need any help anymore.
Nope, Sanford does enough damage, especially when Karl TZ is there to pin Tlph down. Kairo's gonna walk up, Sanji sees it, runs away. Clean game for
Kiboy.
Tlph, a
Heavy spin.
Kiboy.
Oh, that's a beautiful
Revitalize, Feather
catch
Strike.
onto two members though. Karl TZ goes in energy eruption onto two and the
Savero.
AOG from JP.
Wah, macam tu je guys.
Kiboy, endless
Heavy
charge.
spin, Sanji mesti lagi ada
Sanji,
flicker.
but he dodges it. Now
Kyrie
Sanford
down.
will stun onto Kyrie. And 6-0
Wah, mokek-mokek mainnya guys.
kill score for Team Liquid.
4000 goli.
Tlph got the lead early and they're running with it. They're running Onic ID down. Even in the counter matchup for Severo, yes, he counters the 1-1, but what is he going to do against
Tapi juga asal Savero tak akan purify
Team Liquid, the jump constant ones? You saw him locked down. He got out of the first CC, then the
Feather Strike
AOG
mungkin
from
minion.
GP locked him down again. You beat the 1-1 through mobility, but what can you do when your mobility is
Pokek-pokek
severely
loh,
halted
dominant
by Team
loh.
Liquid's
Gila kau tu Javenet ni besar tu kan, 5000 goli ni.
Stampede of the past.
Yeah. This does remind us of the Liquid Stampede.
Mistik dia sikit-sikit ke depan
That
ni siup.
signature playstyle, you know,
Kena curi
of the
resource.
cavalry, and it's
Ni
not
kena
looking
zoning,
too
tak
good
dapat
for
nak
Severo
farm.
that you mentioned. 0-0 on the Tlph for a supposedly winning lane matchup. So it's gonna take a lot more time for him to actually rack up on those items, on those goals. He's actually 2K behind Oheb in this point of the game. So we clearly see
you
how
see
Team
Oheb
Liquid have been able to play
3
around
item
this
damage lah.
lineup. That
Slow, Wintol ke, Corazon
that
side.
sprint was also used a couple of times, but not even the sprint was enough to keep him safe. No,
Heavy spin kat
another
arah
heavy
JP.
spin
Heavy
coming
spin
in
juga
from
dibuka oleh
Kiboy. Might actually get the kill onto
Sanji. JP
and
down.
on the other hand, Sanji, they actually find
Tlph
There's the crossbow
down.
however.
Crossbow tank pula,
And
terbuka
Kiboy
pula.
too.
Wait.
He
Dia mati ni.
will find himself
Aduh.
taken down by Oheb.
Was actually pretty dangerous there. Kai walks back up now. TL with a massive win again. Ooh. Dude, it's almost like he sees Kai and he's like, no. Walks up, gets a
Wah,
stun.
mati Kyrie
It's
ni.
like an automatic trigger on the Brave
Hampir
Spider.
guys, eh.
Sanji
Oh my
though
goodness.
dodges it.
Oi, baik tu.
There's a flicker from Sans.
Sans! Gila Sans!
Oh my lord.
Dia akan match lagi satu lah, boleh. Kalau defending orang baik. Tapi masalah resource diorang semua kena rembat ni. Vision pun tak ada. Peluang tu ada tapi berat.
Crossbow.
He's alone, he's alone.
Got it just in time there. But Carl's just 2-tag. He can do whatever he wants
He doesn't
right now.
care.
He can do goat things.
He can do gold things. He can use the energy eruption on any target he sees. And Onic ID,
They have to scale.
they have to scale. They're a bit hesitant.
Ya
at
udah
this
gol
point, but it's
9 minit 7,000
understandable as
guys.
to why.
Here we go.
Amon currently posts 71% win rate in 7 games throughout MSC history. Two of those games from Kyrie with 100%. Ooh.
To those what?
Or from Kyrie.
Tak pertama, mudah dapatkan
100%
liquid.
win rate.
Well, that could be the end of the 100% win rate for Kai as TL secure the Lord. First Lord of the game over to TL so far. all the objectives going to TL.
There's
Wait.
something going on between these mid laners.
Oh, we know there's something going on. They've had something going on since M4. It's been a long time rivalry between these two.
Sanji,
Predict pak.
Valentina.
Cannot predict dok.
he finds Sans the first time, and
Kalau
whenever
game ni
Sans
drag ke late
has
game,
his
Onic boleh menang.
eyes
Itu je
set
aku boleh
on
cakap.
Sanji, he burns the fettered airstrike.
Benda tu
Even
kalau
the trigger
terjadi
at
lah.
times, he willingly does all that because I do feel like Sanji too has been a very important factor in the game.
That's right.
In the way they're able to carry out their team fights despite that disadvantage we've been talking about in terms of the draft. Because whatever Sanji does, it's always the heavy spin that turns things around for Team Liquid. It's always that counter engage coming in from them that somehow wins them the fight, but the holy shields are about to go down.
And it will go down in the bottom lane, defending from the Lord. Now in the mid lane, TL capitalizing on that, pushing it in. Onic doing a good job at holding the way from hitting the holy shield. And comes back to TL again, playing things super slow. Look at the goal difference by SNB, 8.5k for TL. So really no unnecessary risks
4 level gila.
needed for TL. They can just constantly dive in. Sanford, Primus Fighter.
Oh, is this going to be a successful attempt? Actually just goes away and
Asal
tries
tak
to
ada
disengage,
fast
but Carl TZ, he does seem like he actually wants more. And that's the thing. Team Liquid, now that they're in this position,
Ini
they
Ohep
cannot
terbang
afford
ni,
to make
meninggal
any
bodoh ni.
mistakes. Similar to the previous games, similar to what they've been doing in MPL Philippines Season 15. And speaking of that, they find it along to
Dah
Lupi.
purify pun meninggal dok.
Huh? Where did Lippy go? Team Liquid. They snatched him. They put him in his pocket. Where did he go? Dude, that's the tankiest dude on the team, right? That's Esmeralda, right?
But Esmeralda
Paladina
I
ke?
guess Keyboy's tankier, but
on a 0-3.
0-3, yeah. Oh.
Okay. On a 0-3, and the matchup was against a Lapu-Lapu. So
Tahu
this should have been an okay
tak terusik
situation
dok. Ya dok.
for Lutfi, but the manner in which Team Liquid just carried it out through pure macro decision making in the early stages of the game. This is really impressive from the Cavalry.
Incredibly impressive, and for Team
Vero.
Liquid, they also have learned from game one. It was a bit too scrappy despite the lead, so they toned it down. We know TL are a very aggressive team, yes. But like they said in the interview, what they really shine most with is early game aggression into macro plays, utilizing that lead to just win it out simple. So here,
10,000 gol lead berat.
are en route to closing this game, and the only shot that Onic have at coming back with a 10,000 goal lead on Team Liquid really would just be on a Liquid mistake. I cannot see Onic even forcing out big plays anymore. It's a passive roam pick on
Dua team mana
Keyboy.
rasa solid pak? Uish,
Not much
bukan dua dok,
engage
banyak
on
dok team
XP.
solid.
Oh, goes for
Vero,
the better force of the
gunakan
heavy
ulti.
crossbow, but the stun lands onto Lutfi
Ada strike.
still. This time around, though, they won't be able to burst him down like a while ago. So Onic ID will still have all 5 members for this upcoming defense.
Here we go. 11,000 gold lead building up. Liquid Stampede running wild on Onic ID here. Sanji's feeling it. walks
Macam
up the
Marquis
base,
saja
dashes
late game
forward,
bah.
Splashes Onic with damage.
Sabar, dia kena sabar
The
guys.
Lord is still coming in. TL, let's see what wave, how they decide to tackle this
Yeah.
siege. What kind of wave manipulation do they end up doing? Is it just gonna be the 3-wave? No. I think it's a hold on bot. Yeah, it's a slow push on bot as they push in mid and top first. Let's see how this works out.
Yeah, they're gonna sync up the waves, and they all have their utilities
strike.
and battle spells intact.
Peter
So
Crown
Onic ID
daripada
will
Keyboy.
will have to be very particular in how they defend this. But
Oh, Kyrie.
he might have
Meninggal
put himself in a
bodoh.
very difficult
Hey,
spot.
what's
Gets
up,
taken down by
guys?
Stanford.
Kumar.
And EOG from JP.
Keyboy flicker.
There's a flicker from Keyboy. Somehow keeps himself alive.
Tak rasa
But not
gila
even the
damage kat
from
JP.
Severo is enough.
Sanford, too good at video
kena
games.
tabrak masuk.
Gets it down, Carl.
Oh, will they still
Severo
actually
down.
try to fight
GG.
this? Because even right under the base, the cavalry won't
Peter Crown
let
GG
up.
guys.
And this might just
Tak
be
tahu nak
it.
buat 2-1 guys eh.
Team
Team Liquid.
secured the win.
Harakah
Liquid Stampede
playoff.
is
GG.
back. Liquid with a win, a reverse sweep up against their bitter rivals. First game with a comeback, second game another comeback, but for the side of Liquid, All smiles for the
Jangan
cavalry
lupa like,
here.
comment, share
And
guys.
Onic will be sent down to the lower brackets to battle for a qualification to knockout stage.
Game, set, Cavalry takes the series. A titanic matchup. And yes, spicy as they
Okey,
are,
dia betul, Wak. Ya.
sportsmanship at the end of the day, they
Congratulations
know how
untuk
good both of them are,
Team
and they
Liquid.
just really want to show their
Nice
best.
try
And in
to
the end, it
Onic.
was Team Liquid with their best
Sheesh.
foot forward in their last
Jangan lupa like,
game.
comment, share,
And
subscribe guys. Let's
a
go.
character arc